Street Fighter 6 is known for its strong universal mechanics, but none might be as infamous as a select few level 2 supers. In general, most level 1 and level 3 supers are pretty straightforward in their usage, either an option for an invincible reversal, or a damaging combo extension or ender. However, many level 2 supers break this mold and offer much further utility, the most infamous of which include Rashid's Yasar, Blanca's Lightning Beast, and JP's Lavushka. And with Street Fighter 6's latest DLC character Ed, we have another utility level 2 super with interesting properties, his Psycho Cannon. While maybe not as powerful as the other level 2 supers I mentioned, it can be used reliably as a source of damage, screen control, and even chip. But all of these sequences have one thing in common. The opponent is in front of or in the Psycho Cannon itself. But what happens when the opponent gets behind the orb, sandwiched between Ed and the glowing purple ball of doom? What happens when things get desynced? Whoa, hey, have you thought about your balls lately? And sorry to induce such sudden intense proprioception of your nether regions, but I've seen the analytics data, and listen, it's relevant to you and important to think about. And that's because testicular cancer is the most common form of cancer for men ages 13 through 35, with one man every hour, every day being diagnosed. And I would know. I was diagnosed with testicular cancer in 2022 and underwent a right radical orchiectomy. Say that 3 times fast. Basically, I lost my right nut to cancer. Fortunately, the surgery went well. I even won a Street Fighter tournament 3 days after the surgery, and it was detected early enough to prevent any further spread. Early detection can save lives. And that's why I'm happy to announce that Manscaped has partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society for National Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. Manscaped makes products to help you help yourself out downstairs. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is cordless and waterproof, with dual skin-safe blade heads to help you safely get into those hard-to-reach areas. And if you're aiming for where the sun don't shine, you can confidently navigate with the onboard LED system. So with the help of Manscaped and the Testicular Cancer Society, you can get yourself cleaned up and then head to manscaped.com/TCS to check yourself, because early detection can save lives. It literally saved mine. You can also get 20% off your next purchase plus free shipping by using my promo code at manscaped.com. And when it comes to your own health, remember that you always need to be your own biggest advocate. So thank you for watching, stay safe, and thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. Before getting into the more advanced applications of Ed's Psycho Cannon, let's cover the basics. Ed's level 2 is a forward advancing projectile orb with 7 hits of super projectile durability. It supports a light, medium, and heavy activation, which controls the forward advancing speed of the projectile, with light being the slowest moving and heavy the fastest. When the Psycho Cannon makes contact with the opponent, it allows Ed to combo them independently of the projectile. With these basic rules in place, we can now begin constructing our applications and combo conversions. This is a basic mid-screen extension from a grounded level 2 activation, using the heavy version. This route does not work in the corner, however, so you should adjust with this variation that even allows for 42 frames of advantage after the magic number to set up a safe jump. For common juggle extensions, charge heavy flicker can be used. Some of the most practical and high damage and corner carry combos are done by canceling into level 2 from OD Blitz. This higher damage variation is available when starting a little bit past mid-screen. You can go corner to corner with this level 2 OD Blitz conversion and extend with level 1 to potentially net a burnout and a guaranteed stun. And because you build super meter during level 2 combos, you can even use another level 1 in the stun combo. You can also use OD Blitz to set up side swap combos and extend with level 1 juggles. If this leads into a burnout with no super reversal option for the opponent, it can generate huge damage. This basic DP cross-up is also available. This level 2 is also the fastest juggle option Ed has after connecting with his light uppercut, making it his most reliable juggle after anti-air for damage extension. You can target drive meter damage with this grounded conversion, which times Ed's stand heavy punch to hit on the same frame of the final Psycho Cannon explosion, keeping them grounded, which allows the DI to connect, taking 2 drive meters total. And speaking of burnout, here's a nasty corner chip sequence from Luke on Twitter. If the opponent blocks the meaty charge flicker after the throw, the rest of the sequence is airtight, with no gaps to reversal through or escape. With this threat of chip in mind, and the level 2 super projectile durability, the light version is also effective at forcing the opponent to move back on the screen when near chip range. With the basic Psycho Cannon utility and routes out of the way, let's get into the real reason why you may still be watching this video, the fancy, bouncy combo thingy that does huge damage in corner carry. I've been labeling these routes as desyncs because I'm bad at naming things, but I haven't heard a proper encompassing label to describe this phenomena where the opponent is sandwiched between Ed and the Psycho Cannon and is continuously juggled. So let's break down how these combos are built and the specific setups to achieve them. The only known way to get into the desync state to juggle the opponent repeatedly into the orb is by comboing into OD flicker at a specific distance from the opponent to set up the juggle. In this example, I'm manually spacing myself to bait the wake-up throw from the opponent, punishing the throw whiff with stand heavy punch punish counter, link into crouch medium kick, cancelled into OD flicker. The crouching medium kick link adds a bit more pushback to create more distance between me and the opponent. I then do a reversal level 2, which at this specific spacing, happens to have the opponent bounce off of the orb once. I then use light blitz to pick up the juggle, which propels the opponent forward at a proper spacing to bounce off the orb once, dash, and repeat the process. The problem is, this is all balanced on a thread. Here you can see if I am too close when performing the confirm into OD flicker, the level 2 activation can simply go right under the opponent as they fly over. Conversely, if you are too far away when landing the confirm, they can bounce incorrectly after the level 2 activation, either right away or after juggling for a bit. Even if the spacing for the confirm into OD flicker is correct, doing this kind of combo conversion requires manually spacing and timing every juggle, which is more than likely to either drop or cause the opponent to bounce too far into the orb, detonating all the hits and ending the combo. Landing this example took many attempts. Therefore, we have 2 main variables we want to stabilize: the spacing in which the confirm into OD snatcher occurs, and the timing of the follow-ups to juggle the opponent. And if we can't standardize the spacing, can we still save the combo? Before exploring the fixed spacing setups, let's show a viable manual approximation. This setup, popularized by Momochi, is probably the most feasible and most likely to occur in a real match. From a max range neutral jump medium kick, you can convert into crouching medium kick, OD flicker, and immediate level 2. This will create the initial one-hit bounce we are looking for. We're then using a manually timed partial charge light flicker where you attempt to hit the opponent as low to the ground as possible. You can then carry on with this conversion. While involving manual spacing and combo timing to get the route going, this conversion is relatively easy to eyeball in a real match. This variation I created extends the combo after the command dash punch with a whiff crouching light punch frame kill, light blitz, dash, light blitz to increase the corner carry to allow for a level 1 extension to do more damage. The first setup we'll investigate to fix the variable spacing problem is the backdash shimmy. In this example, we are using a drive rush into stand light punch to create a plus on block strike throw mix-up, then backdashing to bait the throw tech. This creates a consistent, replicable spacing to our setup. This conversion, however, requires manually delaying the activation of the level 2 by a few frames. This successful attempt had a 4-frame delay after the recovery of the OD flicker, which gave the singular bounce that we need. In order to secure a more consistent and more damaging juggle, a partially charged manually released light flicker is used to set up the proper height and spacing for the rest of the juggle, adding another spot where your manual timing could fail, and then using heavy DPs and Ed's command dash to complete the combo. So we know we need to delay the level 2 to make this setup work, but can we leverage the input buffer and find a frame kill to make the setup consistent? The fastest move we can use as a frame kill to delay the level 2 with the assistance of the input buffer making everything frame tight is Ed's standing light punch. This move takes 13 frames total from start to finish on whiff, so it will kill 13 frames. This 13 frame delay, however, does not result in the same singular bounce we have seen in the earlier examples. However, you can backdash after the level 2 and use heavy punch DP to go into this juggle route. The only manual timing required is a slight delay after the first DP, where walking forward for a few frames before inputting the second DP allows this full sequence to work. Due to wasting an extra 2 orb hits in the beginning before getting a proper desync, it is not possible to carry corner to corner with this conversion, but stringing together multiple heavy punch DPs in a row does massive damage. You can also add crouching medium kick after the punish counter stand heavy punch to potentially build more meter before going into the level 2, but this extra hit actually results in less overall damage for the combo. So that begs the question, are there any consistent and easily replicable setups that offer frame consistent conversions with no manual timing required? Yes! Charged light or medium flicker can pull the opponent into point blank range and leave you with enough frame advantage to backdash and punish a throw tech attempt with stand heavy punch into OD flicker to begin the conversion. And this one has no gaps where manual timing is required. Whiff stand light punch for the frame kill into level 2, and then my favorite combo begins. After the initial bounce, you pick the opponent up with Ed's Fireball, whiff crouching light kick for another frame kill, then heavy uppercut, dash, light blitz, dash, and repeat until the final orb explosion, where you can optionally juggle after with a level 1. This conversion just looks sick and does huge damage. You can also add the crouching medium kick after the initial stand heavy punch punish counter if you want more time to hit confirm and build more super meter, but this will scale the combo and do less damage. And fortunately, OD Flicker leaves you at the same spacing as the charged light and medium versions, so it can be substituted in the beginning of the setup to do the same route. Another opportunity for a consistent setup is when punishing blocked reversals or supers. After blocking a reversal like Luke's uppercut, you can use drive rush into stand heavy kick to allow the link into stand heavy punch cancelled into OD flicker, which can create the same spacing to perform the same setup and conversion used for the charge flicker backdash shimmy shown before. Whiff standing light punch frame kill, level 2, fireball, whiff crouching light kick into the alternating blitz DP conversion. Notice the drive bar consumption in this example. Luke starts with just over 5 bars of drive meter before blocking the stand heavy punch string. This block damage, the 2 bars spent for the uppercut, 1 bar for the punish counter stand heavy kick, 1 bar for the level 2, and a half bar for the level 1, puts Luke into burnout from nearly full meter. In this situation, where Luke has 0 super meter, the follow-up stun setup is guaranteed. During this whole combo, while the opponent is losing their drive meter, Ed is building back his, allowing for a full meter dump combo after the stun. Also notice the super meter build. This sequence begins with Ed having 2 bars of super meter, but with the full sequence, Ed is able to use 4 bars of super meter total. The same route can be applied to punish supers as well. Simply hold parry to parry the super when baited, drive rush in and do stand heavy kick point blank, and go into the same conversion. Using the drive rush before the stand heavy kick to start the punish creates a very minor spacing difference which affects the setup possible. As shown here, not starting the punish with drive rush causes Ed to bounce too deep into the orb, ending the combo early, but still doing good damage. In order to correct for this minor spacing difference, we can substitute a different frame kill after the level 2 activation and use a slightly different combo route. While beginning the same, the crouching light kick after Ed's fireball, a 17 frame kill, has been swapped out for crouching light punch, a 16 frame kill. Then, after the first DP, 2 blitzes are used in a row before going back to alternating. This allows for much more corner carry and allows us to use the command dash to approach the corner before the final hit to set up the level 1 extension. Note this variation does 80 less damage than the drive rush variation, so if possible, the drive rush variation is preferred. Using drive rush cancel in a combo, you can also combo into drive rush stand medium punch, stand heavy punch OD flicker, and use the same setup and combo route as the DP punish. Due to the drive rush cancel drive meter build lockout, this route is extremely expensive and does not build back drive meter. It is also heavily scaled. Unless this secures the corner carry and burnout you are looking for, I would not recommend it, but it is a more accessible route to land. Up until this point, you might have believed these routes to be universal. Sorry, I lied by omission. The character hurtbox influences these juggles, so big bodies like Zangief and Marissa will juggle differently. Here's some variations to account for that. The Drive Rush jab setup uses an entirely new conversion, going immediately into level 2 after the OD flicker and converting with a late neutral jump heavy kick, before continuing with the familiar uppercut and command dash pattern. As for shimmy setup after flicker, you have two options. The first uses the whiff jab frame kill before the level 2 into the familiar backdash DP route used for Drive Rush jab backdash shimmies on normal sized characters. This route prioritizes immediate damage without level 1 extension. The second option has you perform an immediate level 2 after the OD flicker, which allows for the fireball route into alternating Blix and DP conversion to prioritize corner carry and level 1 extension. The Drive Rush Punish route, you use the jab frame kill prior to the level 2 activation, then, uniquely, another whiff jab frame kill before using the fireball, which allows the familiar DP and command dash pattern. This is a lot of frame kills, even for me. Interestingly, the non-Drive Rush Punish route is much improved for big bodies. Go immediately into level 2 after the OD flicker, use the fireball setup, but replace the frame kill after the fireball with the faster stand light punch frame kill. This allows the alternating Blitz DP pattern. This does only marginally less damage than the Drive Rush frame kill without extending with level 1, but is easier to execute, does more corner carry, and more damage with level 1 extension. The Drive Rush cancel combo extension route is also available for these big bodies. Use immediate level 2 after the OD flicker, fireball, crouching light punch frame kill, and you get the double Blitz pattern from before. I also don't recommend utilizing this route unless it will secure a kill or a burnout and a stun. And there we have it. That's everything I know so far about Ed's Psycho Cannon in Street Fighter 6. While yes, it is rather situational when you can even land these setups, and even more situational when it's more optimal than doing, say, a simple conversion into a level 3, this absurd level of optimization is just what tickles my brain with fighting games and is a big part of why I enjoy the genre. So hopefully you enjoyed this video as well. Thanks for watching.